Greetings everyone, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, here to bring you another retro review from past seasons of The Loud House. In today's video, we look at not just any Season 2 episode, but the Season 2 episode that really got the fandom buzzing when it first aired, and it laid the groundwork for, well, you'll see. Today's episode is titled, L is for Love. First we'll discuss the plot, and then my thoughts and critiques with my final score. So, let's get right into it. The episode begins with Lincoln calling an emergency sibling meeting when he finds a secret admirer letter. Since everyone can't be sure who sent it, they all send a signal to their respective crushes, all except Luna. They receive another letter, and it appears to only be intended for those with brown hair. So the brunette sisters send a token of their affection to their love interests. Again, all except Luna. They then receive a third and final letter, and they assume it has to be for Luna. When the secret admirer requests a rendezvous at the Bangers and Mosh eatery, the kids spot their parents, and Rita explains the letters they received were actually intended for their father. After explaining the significance of the letters, Luna and the rest of her siblings feel more inspired to express their feelings to the ones they love. The episode ends with Luna looking on happily as she sees her love letter being read by her crush, a girl named Sam. Well, that concludes the plot of the episode, so now we come to my thoughts and critiques. I'll be the first to admit straight up that after this episode first aired, coincidentally having premiered during Pride Month, I was over the moon with what happened, especially at the end. No matter how predictable you might think the swerve ending was, I can't complain about this episode in the slightest, and in hindsight, it definitely had its long-term payoffs. But before I talk about the real reason why this episode has been universally loved by so many in the fandom, let's first talk a little bit about the other siblings and their crushes. Everyone had a love interest that best represented a part of their individual personalities, like Lana and Skippy with a shared interest in bikes, and Lisa and David with a shared interest in science. Let's not forget the shared interest in theater with Luann and Benny, something we learn more about in Season 3. Aside from the relationships being had with Luann, Lori, and Luna, none of the other ships between the Louds and their crushes ever make it beyond this episode, at least not directly. It seems like a lot of missed opportunities, specifically ones about Lenny x Chaz given the hints they drop in Season 3, but I guess if the writers can just forget how Lucy was already falling for Rocky in a previous episode, I suppose Lincoln trying to make it work with a one-off character like Paige just is what it is. But speaking of Lucy, she apparently takes all of her love advice from vampire books, and surprisingly she was spot on with everything she said would happen. I really did like how the main story was laid out based on what she was predicting. It had a natural flow to it, and as far as every one of the kids was concerned, their crushes were responding to their signals and tokens, even if Luna was too afraid to send hers. Of course, it was revealed the parents were the ones responsible for the love letters the kids were getting, and they explained that's how they met. We got a nice little backstory to how Rita's love letters to her future husband led them to the family they have in the present. Originally, I thought there was a plot hole to the meeting at Bangers and Mosh if the dad never received any of Rita's letters since the kids were getting to them first. But then I remembered the dad saying secret admirer letters between him and his wife are their thing, and I'd be willing to bet anything they do this letter thing every year. They probably go to the same place on the same day every year to commemorate the best day of their lives. I mean, if you need a love letter to help remind you of the day you fell in love with your future spouse, well, you can figure that one out for yourself. Regardless, Rita was afraid to talk to her crush for the same reason why Luna was afraid to talk to hers, both thinking the ones they loved were out of their league. But in the end, Rita took a chance and everything worked out, and Luna felt inspired to take the same chance as well. So now we come to the biggest standout of the episode. Luna was definitely the highlight of the story. It wasn't easy for her to tell Sam she had romantic feelings for her, but given Sam's reaction to Luna's letter, those feelings of love were mutual. It was clever to place Sam next to the boy viewers thought Luna was talking about the whole time, and even more clever how Luna didn't refer to Sam by any male or female pronouns that would have given away the ending. A little predictable, but not as forced as some fans like to say. Now, speaking of the fans, I remember the base was sort of polarized when it was more or less confirmed Luna was in love with a girl. While many fans embraced it, I remember a lot didn't do the same. One particular comment I recall was, quote, "Luna's gay now? Did the writers forget about that Hugh guy she loved?" End quote. First off, this episode confirmed Luna is bisexual, attracted to men and women. And secondly, what evidence is there to suggest the writers forgot anything about her sexual orientation? There's more evidence to confirm bisexuality than heterosexuality in the episode Study Muffin. Just the look on Luna's face when she says Miss DiMartino is so smokin' is a big indicator of this. Watching her in L is for Love and then rewatching her role in Study Muffin begins to make a lot of sense for who she can have the hots for, now doesn't it? Either way, we don't see Sam for the rest of the season, sort of a letdown if you think about it, but I believe it's after this moment Luna officially joined Sam's band with the other musicians she was seen with in this episode, as we come to find out in season 3. Between that and the copious amounts of Seluna fan art starting in June 2017, it's the one ship we've all come to accept, and if I may say, the most adorable all the way around. Seluna is the best ship of the show. Change my mind. Overall, I have nothing bad to say about this episode. The story was good, the characters each had their moments to express their romantic feelings to their love interests, and Luna proved she's not out of Sam's league, and it's that kind of ship that has been going strong for 4 years. Once you rationalize the plot hole with the parents and the love letters, and not ruin your own fun with thinking Luna's crush was obviously going to be the girl, it's one of those episodes where practically every fan has nothing but good things to say about it and is considered one of their all-time favorites, mine included. With that said, I give L is for Love a perfect 10 out of 10. Well, folks, that concludes my review of L is for Love. I don't know what else I can say other than it was another episode that made my appreciation for Luna's character grow even more, and going through more of her future leading roles, particularly with Sam by her side, it's all the more reason to consider her among the best of the series, and this exceptional episode can't be denied. So what did you guys think of it? Love it? Hate it? Something you would add? Change? Keep it as it is? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest Loud House content. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys for the next video, but until then, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, signing off. Peace out, home slices.